Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use like an answer to the question, Chris, why was today's live video originally scheduled an hour before you went live, and then you were 6 minutes late in the live broadcast that's happening right now, and why are you talking about yourself in the third person? Because I have been upgrading my smart home today. I've been putting in 4 new cameras, security devices, getting other parts of the smart home addressed, possibly even going to be taking the step and getting smart locks on the doors. I'm doing it because I can. I mean, why not? It's my home. I want it to be smart. Tired of it being stupid. And I'm unifying it within the same system rather than having from one manufacturer to another manufacturer to another manufacturer. I'm going within an ecosystem that should have the ability to grow and scale. So I've been now replacing my security cameras throughout the house. I have been I've reworked some network configurations so that I'm better optimized with wireless networks, or the networking within the house. And I'm in the process of reconfiguring the home network. So I'd like to believe this is an okay excuse to be late. When you guys ever been caught up in home networking snafus? It's kind of what happened. So let's see here. I've got now I got cameras. I've got different modules that can control light switches remotely. I've got what else happened? Oh, thermostats. I also just got new thermostats. No, not Nest thermostats. I know what you're thinking. Upgraded my home security system. It was basically top to bottom replacement of a lot of things here in the Gnomestead. Oh, dang it! I wanted to start the show like this. Hello world. My name is Chris Pirillo. You're watching the LockerGnome Daily Report. Doesn't really sound that good, but it looks awesome. It's a Darth Vader voice changer. Got it at the Disney store the other day in preparation for my belief that I think people want a Star Wars stuff show. I want to do a Star Wars stuff show, and maybe you do too. I don't know. I got to find other Star Wars geeks around the area, and it's going to be an idea that I'm hopefully launching at some point in the near future. Thanks to the 935 patrons as of today. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now without your support. Thank you, patrons. If you want to become a patron, you can do that very easily. ChrisPirillo.com. PayPal is accepted in case you were wondering. Now, in terms of, okay, so product view, got some answers you can use. In terms of, oh, dang it, I almost forgot. I got this yesterday. It'll be showing up in the Pirillo vlog a couple days from now. This box you've already seen. I'll get to that in a second. I should wait until Diana comes home before I do crack into that for a reason. And remind me to tell you about my shirt too. I've been softening it up in salt water, and it's okay, but I think this is definitely a winter shirt because it's really thick. It's soft finally after softening it with water or salt water for 3 days, soaking it, which you can do for rough t-shirts. I don't know if you knew that. It's still a little thick, and it's a hot day today in Seattle. I just received the phone suits. It is a Flex XT pocket charger, and effectively what you can do is charge your phone. Now this is built specifically for, I would say, an iOS device like the iPhone and or iPad. And the beauty of this particular charger is, number one, it's very svelte. It's very slim, it's small, it's also got the ability to be not easily removed from the packaging, which is not always the thing that you want, especially when you're trying to do a product demo. Ooh, it's got weight to it. But nice lightning adapter, and the cool thing is this tip can extend so that it can accommodate cases. Love that idea. So PhoneSuit did their homework. They sent a couple of them. This one I'm hoping Diana's going to use instead of having to carry around. She's got a dangly charger she carries with her everywhere. I'm hoping she's going to switch to this. It can charge by way of, it looks like, micro USB port. There's a touch on the side so you can see how much battery is left inside. Let's see here, milliamp hours. Let's see what we have here. Touch button status meter, talked about that. Includes a cap, I'll show that in a second. Quick charge features, fully charge your phone in less than 2 hours. Powerful rechargeable battery, there we go, 2600 milliamp hours in case you were wondering. And let's see here, I'd love to charge, actually, hang on, how am I, oh yeah, ooh. I'm using the Mophie Space Pack as I have pretty much for quite some time, but I've been using it all day, so I'm down to 57%. Let's go ahead and plug in the phone suit. But then I had to remove this case because it charges by way of micro USB, sadly, and this is just a lightning adapter, so we'll slide it in there. Look at that, charges up. Boom, I am off to the races. Gonna let that just sit there and charge. And see, there we go. So it's dangling right there. I've got another one. So how about this? I'll be giving it away to one of the patrons. I don't know who yet. I will decide within the next few days, and then let that person know, and then they'll be happy because it's just I'll do like a random patron giveaway, and I've been thinking about doing that. I don't know if for all levels of patrons or certain levels on up. I haven't decided yet, but it's just another value. It's a giveaway. It's a random gift. That's what it is for me. It's not a contest or anything. It's just a random gift from me to one of the patrons, and I think it may end up being $5 or $10 on up would qualify for the giveaways. So I'll have another one to give away here. So if you were wondering, it is the Flex XT pocket charger for iPhone and iPod, and I assume iPad as well. They say you can get 150% on your iPhone 5S Lightning adapter. I just like how it's not in the way, does exactly what it needs to do, and allows you to use the device. And see how there's a gap there in between? The reason that exists is so that you could accommodate thicker cases. So you don't have to remove your case if you have one to charge by way of your Lightning port. That's been one of my biggest frustrations with iPhone cases, is the fact that most of them rely on the stupid micro USB port instead of the very, very classy Lightning adapter. And I only like it for one reason, and it has nothing to do with it being Apple. It has to do with the fact that I don't have to do this to try to get it to, you ever do that, right? You're plugging in the USB, no, it's supposed to go, no, try it this way, no, flip it around, try, no, flip it around, and then inevitably, the next time you flip it around, it'll work. It's like, it didn't work, flip it, didn't work, flip it back, and it works. What is up with that? Lightning, you don't have to worry about that. It's completely reversible. It's one of the reasons I love it. Netflix, in case you were wondering, who sent this to me? Someone sent me, was this patron Earl Green? It may be. Netflix is looking for a way to pay someone to watch Netflix all day. Now, before you get excited, this is just a job that's available in the UK. So don't, if you live in the US or Canada or whatever, this time you don't apply. It's just for the people in the UK and Ireland. So that's at least according to the job description, UK and Ireland. You can get paid for watching Netflix. And just so you know, I already sent this link off to my friend, John McKinley, also known as This Damn Scotsman, or That Damn Scotsman. He's a damn Scotsman, that's all I know. And so he's in the UK, obviously. Job offer? Anybody? In the UK? Anybody? I don't have any job offers right now. I'm trying to expand my team slowly but surely. The OMG was posted yesterday, How to Win at Twitter. It was a lot of fun. I got to sit on the toilet and eat corn chips. Not at the same time. That would be a little... Twitter could very well be a relationship killer. Apparently, it has been found, and this is according to a study, heavy Twitter use is bad for your relationship. And out of, let's see here, the latest study surveyed 581 adult Twitter users, asking how much or how often they use the social network and about what conflicts arose between participants, current or former partners as a result of Twitter use. So, this could be for a lot of different reasons. Oh, by the way, there's the cap for the phone suit. I think I did mention that I'd show you. It's not that exciting. It's not as exciting as the phone suits. So Twitter is how do you explain Twitter? It's a great platform. And it's a great way to connect with other people, but sometimes, you get the idea that there's always something happening, and you may project yourself onto somebody else in how they use Twitter. Who someone is on Twitter doesn't mean that's how they are, who they are in real life. That's one thing that I think adults haven't yet figured out, even kids to a certain degree. You can tweet something, but that doesn't mean that's you or that's exactly what you would say in real life. And, you can only know someone so much through 140 characters, even with a series of 140 character posts. So it doesn't surprise me. If you're spending all your time with Twitter versus all your time with your significant other, or at least you're not spending an equal amount of time, I can see where Twitter can be a problem. People tend to idealize other people online. And so I'd imagine they would say the same thing in this study. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. There's also FOMO at play. If you're not familiar with FOMO, it's a fascinating idea, the fear of missing out. So if you're looking at, let's say, Diana's driving around town and she's out and about and she's taking a picture of this awesome sunset, and then she's taking a picture of herself on the beach, and then she's taking a picture of this awesome latte that she had, and then she's out and partying with girls. You'd feel like, man, I wish I was there. I mean, like, you just miss out, and you don't want to miss out, and you just get this feeling, I wish I had her life. And we had the same problem with the vlogs. People think that we have an awesome life, and I'm not going to disagree. We have an awesome life, but I think awesome is relative. I mean, you may have an awesome life and live a completely different life. Awesome is not this hard-coded thing that you have to achieve this level of whatever to be awesome. We all have different levels of awesome, but if you see on the internet that someone is living an experience that you'd rather have, you only see, or you might only see, the good. and you're missing out on a lot of the bad. Like, you could walk into the house and go, oh, I'm on Chris Pirillo's network, this is awesome. Well, that's good, right? Kind of is, but you're not getting the bad. You weren't around when I was trying to get it set up and working with people to get it working and everything like that. Because trust me, I was not the only one trying to figure this stuff out. I needed help. I believe in that. I believe in help. I need a lot of help, especially right now. So you can idealize other people, and I think this is probably the core of what social networking is, really. The idea that you're living your own life and putting it out there for other people, or potentially experiencing life as you see it, as projected by other people. But that's just it. It's a projection. So, if you ever fall in love with someone on Twitter, you're falling in love with the idea of someone on Twitter. Or same way with Facebook, same way with YouTube. It's idealized. It's not real life. It's real, and it's a real person, but it's an idealized vision of who that person is in your head, because all you're interacting with is this screen. Or another screen. I'm not saying you're interacting with my screen, obviously. So just keep that in mind. Twitter can be a relationship killer. Any social network can be a relationship killer. It can be a relationship builder as well. When I tag Diana on a photo, she loves that, and we bond. So tag your significant other, and she gets mad at me when I don't tag her. Although I get upset when she doesn't tweet out the vlog. Has Diana tweeted out the vlog today? Did she tweet out the vlog? At least during the time of those live recording. Oh, what do you? She's pregnant. I guess the phone is further away. I don't know how it works like that. But let me take a sip. I'm a little parched. It's hot out today. It's a wicked squatcha. Samsung, Intel, and Dell are teaming up for standards on connected gadgets, the Open Interconnect Consortium. This is what I need, like an Internet of Things standard that you can just plug into from every manufacturer. And that's the problem, getting every manufacturer to play along. It's a challenge. Everyone wants to do their own thing because they have their own belief and their own costs and their own infrastructure that they're trying to address. So I'm glad that the biggies are playing, Dell, Intel, and Samsung. Apple's obviously not mentioned there. They've got their own idea of what they want to do. And I think, I'm not saying that one is inherently better than the other, one standard over another. I'm not saying that micro USB is inherently better than Lightning. I'm just saying that what I like in Lightning more so than micro USB. It's the same thing with the approach to the marketplace. There are certain things that I like from, one ecosystem. It doesn't mean that it's the best thing for everything. It's just the things that I happen to like in one ecosystem over another. But coming up with standards for connected gadgets could just make things easier. One of the reasons why I'm really hell-bent on not just standardizing, but going through one kind of provider, one umbrella for all these connected experiences in the home is just knowing that I'm just dealing with one company, one entity, one series of products, one series of services. A, to keep down costs, and B, just to know that it's one experience. I don't have to worry about having to connect a device or get something working on the network that doesn't work, and this is something that's supposed to do this, but it doesn't do this, and it kind of does this sometimes, and I have no way of effectively troubleshooting it. If I'm going through one provider for a series of smart home services, my life could very well get easier. So it's one of the reasons why in the coming weeks, you're probably going to see and hear a little bit more about the direction I decided to go with, and probably one of the reasons why I'm going to kind of be, okay, gotta let you know, it's going to be like a little sponsorship partnership thing, but I kind of already had some of the stuff anyway, so it's a happy thing. Speaking of partners, you guys must have really liked the NatureBox stuff that we did. We unboxed this in the Pirillo vlog the other day, and if you go to naturebox.com/Pirillo, like I've scribbled here ever so not so craftily, naturebox.com/Pirillo, you can get, what is it, half off your first month NatureBox. And this is what I should not be doing without Diana around. I am addicted to the Pop Pops. Now, apparently I'm not the only one. They sold out of these, but will be getting more in stock in a week. They followed me on Twitter because a lot of you were tweeting NatureBox, saying you found out about NatureBox because of the vlog that I did with Diana. So, if you're looking to snack and snack smarter, this is the way you want to go, and I'm telling you. Pop Pops, there's life before Pop Pops and after. Oh, I've yet to be able to effectively describe these. They're corn kernels, like popcorn kernels, but it's not popcorn. The textures. Okay. I shouldn't eat in front of you, but I assume that everybody's eating right now. I don't want to feel left out. I want to eat too. Okay, I need to replenish myself after having like 3 slices of pizza earlier today. You know what feels good about NatureBox? Is knowing that it's good for me. It's good, and it's good for me. That's a double win. Who doesn't like food? You don't like food? Who doesn't like food? Wicket likes, well, Wicket's a little off. He doesn't know about food. Pixie loves food. They're both hanging out with me here in the workshop as I broadcast this live onto YouTube. Okay, I need another sip of water here. It's straight up water, bottled. That's good water. I'm doing my best not to drink things that I don't necessarily need to be drinking. Water is something that I need to be drinking. Not like Diana. She's got to drink like 2 liters, 2 gallons of water. It's a lot of water when you're pregnant, apparently, especially in the 3rd trimester. I pray she is not going to give birth at Vlogger Fair, but it might happen. We don't know. She may give birth at Vlogger Fair, which will be quite an experience, let me tell you. Interesting. Aryeh Goretsky, who's been a part of my community, or our community, since at least the year 2001, been an active part in the forums. By the way, expect a LockerGnome.net reboot at some point in the near future. He sent a link off to a Microsoft page on MSDN, their blogs. There's the largest collection of free Microsoft eBooks ever, including Windows 8.1, Windows 8, Windows 7, Office, all the way through, PowerShell, all sorts of Microsoft products. Free eBooks, the largest collection of Microsoft eBooks ever. Thank you, Aryeh, for putting that on my radar. I personally really appreciate that. Let me go ahead, and I think it's about time, if I'm monitoring timing appropriately, to flip through the list of patrons to make sure they get the credit that they deserve. And by the way, if you don't see your name in here in this particular round and for this particular month, make sure your pledge is up to date, and hopefully everything will have worked out. And if not, I will be sure to add it in there and give you extra special credit. We've got a new Delta goal. Speaking of the patron campaign, I want to try to do a 4K video, but I don't think I want to start until we reach a certain level of support from the community. If you want me to start doing 4K video, not everybody does, but I think I'm going to start trying 4K video when I reach the next Delta goal, and we're almost there. We're close. Need everybody's support to get there, and that's when I'm going to be able to do it. I'm likely going to be working with other people with their Patreon campaigns, including likely starting up the separate Patreon campaign specifically for Star Wars stuff and giveaways for Star Wars stuff, because not everybody in this community likes Star Wars, and I don't want to drag everybody into it when they're really here to support TLDR and these types of video experiences and insight that has zero to do with Star Wars. I realize not everyone likes Star Wars. Okay. South Korea has forced Apple and Google to revise App Store terms of service for easier paid app refunds. Like, why does it take South Korea to do something that Apple and Google should do outright? I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm very careful about the apps I buy. I mean, they don't cost anything, like 99 cents, $2, even $10. It's really not that big a deal. I mean, especially if it's an app that's got decent reviews. But sometimes I'll get an app and it just mismatches experience. It really doesn't work that well. And it's difficult to work through the customer service process of getting a refund. And sometimes that keeps me... it doesn't make me risk averse. It just keeps me from trying something, knowing that I may not be able to get my money back. And I mean, a couple bucks. It's like, it's gonna break the bank. I mean, first of all, I don't buy a lot of apps anymore. Much like you, I earn free redeem codes by way of go.tagjag.com/free points and go.tagjag.com/free apps. There's no reason why you should be paying for apps these days. You can basically earn them for free, legally, 110% legal. Someone bought them for you to redeem. So the developers are getting the money. You're happy because you get an app that you didn't have to pay for. You just earned it for free. There's no reason. I mean, they make it super, super simple. I love those systems. So anyway, it's not as much of a stress as it used to be, but it could very well be less stressful. So I'm glad that South Korea has stepped up to possibly get Apple and Google to make it easier for the users. I think that's a big deal. Now, this may not mean a lot to you, but this news floated across my radar the other day. I didn't cover it in the hour-long broadcast yesterday. I kind of ranted on kids a little too long. Say goodbye to Microsoft's MapPoint, not as interesting to me, and Streets and Trips. That is interesting to me. Years ago, now we're talking years, eons. I lived in Iowa at the time. This is when MapQuest was a big deal. Yeah, to get directions, you'd go to MapQuest, type in beginning, end address, you'd get these static images, and then you get turn-by-turn directions. Okay, there, go here, and you print out the paper, you could look at it, because you had to print it out. They didn't have mobile apps really back then. At least they weren't anything like they are today, that is for sure. So, we used, well, what I like to use on the desktop, think of it as Streets and Trips, like Google Maps on the desktop by way of CD-ROM. That's really what it is. That's what it was. Okay, your name could be there. Hopefully it is. If not, I'll be sure to loop back and make sure that it does get there. So, Streets and Trips. I still have the discs of Streets and Trips. I do. Okay, guys, you got it. I gotta see if I can find it. I loved Streets and Trips. It was so clean. It was effective. Think about it. I mean, now it's kind of hard to imagine life without Google Maps. But before Google Maps was even a thing, see, these are just some of the CD-ROMs I have. I really got to go through these things. Oh, man. I don't know if I got Streets and Trips in here. I thought I would, or I might. Because I used to, like I said, I mean, tons of the stuff in here. OmniPage 17. All these things have been replaced by, like, $2 apps on any device. Like CD-ROMs, Wine and Web. I don't know what the hell that is. Multi-Desktop 2003 Corporate Edition. I'm just pulling this stuff out randomly. MechAssault for the original Xbox. The CD's not even in there. The disc isn't even in there. Creative Nomad Movo TX. This is before the iPad ruled. We had the Creative Nomad. That was my favorite mobile player, MP3 player, media player. One of my favorites because it was easy. It was clean clean enough. You could get 60 gigs on this portable hard drive. I thought fantastically better priced and more configurable or more flexible because it played WMA files and the iPod didn't, if I remember correctly. Look at that, 10.4 Tiger apps backup. when Tiger was out. GNOME Decks 4 video. This is fascinating. God, I got a lot of crap. When am I ever going to use this again? Sabian Linux. Remember Sabian? Am I the only one? Look, Sabian Linux. This is the x64 edition. Knoppix. Okay, this is Knoppix 5.1.1 707. So in 2007. I think that was about the last time I used these discs. Wow. God, trip down memory lane. Oh! Vista 64-bit. Must have been a copy of the ISO from the my account. I had the MSDN account activated. Yeah, I don't know if I've got even Home Burns. Okay, I don't know what the hell that is. Look at Mozilla 1.0 on a CD. Just every once in a while I like going through these things and just to see what we got. I can't even tell you half this crap. Oh, Intellivision. My ROMs for Intellivision. This is, I used to live for Office 2000. That was one of my favorite versions of Office ever. Office 2000. I loved Outlook 2000. I lived in Outlook 2000 until, hang on, 2009? 2010? No? 2008 maybe? I lived in Office 2000 because of Outlook 2000. I used Outlook 2000 for about 8 years. And ultimately, food in my mouth. I think that was the pizza from earlier. But I switched because, of course, I switched to OS 10, and Microsoft just kind of has completely dropped the ball in terms of optimization of Office on OS 10. Maybe they'll pick up that ball at some point in the near future. Oh! The disc has got to be around here somewhere. Oh, man. My Grim Fandango soundtrack. I had this. I have it somewhere. It's got to be downstairs somewhere with the music collection. Oh, no way. Dude. That is awesome. Grim Fandango is like one of my favorite video games of all time. It's being resurrected on the PS4. This is... This is how I used to connect to wireless networks on old laptops using PCM CIA slots. The wireless B network adapter, WPC11, 2.4 gigahertz, 802.11b. That's it. We just had 802.11b for Wi-Fi. G, N, we knew not of these things. Okay, I was not expecting to take that turn, but I had fun there. Did everybody have fun with the trip down Nostalgia CD-ROM lane? I wanted to see if I can find my Streets and Trips, but I don't think so. I loved Streets and Trips. Oh, and I've never used it. After Google Maps, that was pretty much it. And Apple's doing, of course, moving the ball forward with Maps on the desktop. But I'm pretty much a Google Maps user. I really like Google. Their data is not perfect. In fact, there's a story I'm covering in a blog post for the patrons this week about not trusting data on the web. There's a story of basically a restaurant owner who was almost forced out of business because someone was nefarious with the data that Google supplied, and it reported his business is closed. It reported issues around the business, and basically he was wiped off the map, almost literally wiped off the map. So you can't always trust the information you find online. Google, I mean, they do good stuff. I'd say 99% they're doing pretty well. But beyond that, it's not something that's foolproof. And so it was really kind of sad to read about this guy's business, him not knowing much about Google and how it works or how people use Google. He's just a restaurant owner. So anyway, Streets and Trips, no more. It surprises me that they're even around yet or still. Now, if you're a fan of Marvel, you're going to love this. There is a Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline, jaw-droppingly detailed. In case you've watched Wolverine, or you've watched X-Men, or you watched anything within the Marvel Universe, someone has put together this side-scroller like timeline that you can go through and read what happened at what date, knowing at what point in time that these various things happened within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is fascinating. I mean, this to me is like better than any wiki I've ever seen. I mean, just like time. It's very linear, and it details it very, very clearly. Very, very easy to read, very clean. Looks beautiful. The Marvel Cinematic Universe detailed timeline, which you can now watch. Over the weekend, this news popped up, and I've seen it, be detailed a few times in between here and then. Here and there, in between then and now, the TSA may very well block an uncharged mobile device from flights at some international airports. So, the reason why is if your device does not boot up, if it does not show that it's charged, maybe it's got something bad in there, and it could, end up destroying, something or somebody or a lot of people. And so the TSA is basically saying, okay, if you're going to bring your device, just have it charged. So my suggestion is, even if you're flying domestically, just double check, are your devices charged? And do you need to be traveling with a ton of devices? I like running lean, mean, and clean. It's another reason to have like one of these portable chargers so that you can move from, what was I at the beginning? 50 something, 52. I'm at 80 now. That's pretty good. That's not bad. That's pretty quick charging. And then I'm going to give it to Diana half drained. She doesn't need to know that, and she's not going to watch TLDR. So let's not clue her in if we can at all help it. Google. Now this was written by one of the Google engineers. Back to Google here for a second. This is a quote from his blog post, which I'm sure was not sanctioned. Google suffers from an ability to convincingly... Chris suffers from the ability to not read a sentence. Google suffers from an ability to convincingly rationalize nearly anything, which means if someone at Google, this is what he's saying in the culture of Google, someone thinks this is the way it is, and this is why, they don't look externally for proof. They are able to rationalize their worldview. That's dangerous. And why do you think I've had so many frustrations with a few things that Google's done? It to me, is like, are they talking to anybody? Are they getting feedback? Or are they just thinking this is the way to do it and then move forward? I thought they made a lot of rather, well, in my estimation, catastrophic mistakes with Google+. I'm not slagging Google+ at all. I'm saying it should have rolled out differently. And this, to me, is indicative to everything that I've seen roll out to Google, or from Google to this point. And when you're able to rationalize nearly anything in your head, doesn't matter. Let's say I threw something out there and you didn't like it. And I would say, well, it's your problem. Sometimes it may be your problem. Like if I do something that I enjoyed and was doing it because I enjoyed it, if you didn't like it, it's not a big deal because I'm doing it because I enjoyed it. But if I'm developing a product for you, I have to make sure you like it. And I got that feedback. With the patrons, I'm asking them all the time, like, what do you guys want? I don't get a lot of feedback right now. They're very supportive. You guys are like, just keep doing what you're doing, Chris. We love it. I'm like, okay, great. That's awesome. So, I don't know what everybody wants. I'm just going to keep trying to do the best I can with the resources at my disposal. Always looking for feedback, not trying to rationalize anything. But at the same time, kind of plucking nuggets of information and knowledge, knowing that, okay, what I think people value most from me is my time, my expertise, not just content, not just video, but I mean, it's something that really enhances their wanting or loving to connect with me and the things that I put out there. So this is the reason why I've doubled down on creating analysis and putting together insight, doing those 4 exclusive videos for patrons every week, doing the exclusive blog post with insight just for the patrons, putting more weight in that camp, because ultimately it's like, I've said with the ad-related market, the ad-related market puts the focus on the wrong metric, and the right metric is probably a smaller number. I'd rather concentrate on a smaller number of people than chase a larger number, because I'd rather make 1,000 people happy than 100,000 people kind of meh. You feel me? So, that's the approach I took based on the product or what I thought the product was from a supporter's eyes. But Google doesn't do that. An engineer says, here's the product we're going to do, and if consumers don't like it, it's because they don't like new things. It's a very geek way of thinking, which is frustrating. Sometimes communicating with engineers is an absolute nightmare. Like, it's like they think the whole world views things the way they do. And I'm like, it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't. I'm sorry. There's a lot of perspectives. There's a lot of options and opportunities out there. So I think Google might be suffering from this type of way of thinking. I think there's a validity in getting feedback and making a product that works from an engineering standpoint, but also from a usability or user standpoint. And then when you come together, I think you've got something good at the end of the day. Like a Windows 8, for example. I wish Microsoft listened to me, but I think they got the reports from the wrong people. I think they made the wrong decisions with Windows 8. Everything I've seen is pretty much illustrating the fact that everything that I said pretty much bore fruit. Mixing metaphors again. I'm still thinking about my home network. You got these problems in the back of your head and you're kind of like, I gotta fix that. And it just keeps bugging me. Either way, I think that the bigger companies really need to pay attention to not just what they think inside themselves, inside their bubble. They need to look beyond the bubble in order to address those who live beyond the bubble. Create a good product, not just a product that is structurally sound. A good product that users don't just use, the users want to use. Not just that users need to use, one they want to use. So we'll see. Google may change its culture at some point in the future. At this point, I don't see it changing anytime soon. Not to say that it needs to change its culture. I'm just saying that's what an engineer said. You read his thoughts. I'll put the link for you in the video description like I do every freaking day. So this is me as my doctor right here, Mr. Tennant. That's not the doctor's name. It's just the doctor. It's a thick shirt, though. I like it, and I'm glad I wore it today, but don't wear it on the hottest days of the year. I'll tell you that much right now. What is the temperature right now? 84 degrees. Chris, you could not have picked a worse day to wear this. God. Well, at least it's softish. Not exactly true soft, not lightweight. Maybe like swapping out. Yeah, dang. 84 degrees. Whoa. Okay, I am going to go ahead and wind down now. I think I've been babbling for a half hour. Now, hopefully everyone had a good time. Thanks again for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, becoming a patron, watching even more of our videos right now. Really do appreciate your support, no matter how you're able to give it. Today, the Q&A with you and me video, a separate video I'm going to record on this channel, is where is technology heading? This is a question that one of you asked, and I'll be very happy to answer it in the video I'm about to stream live in another... Oh, I guess I'm late for that video too. So at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.